Let's talk about your journey a little bit. Player at Creighton, right? So that was your first tournament action, if you will.
Yeah.
That was as a player back in 1989. I guess we won't talk about the game as a one and done if you don't, right? I mean, unless you want to.
I don't. Doug Smith hit a half-court shot at halftime. Trust me, I remember the game like it was yesterday. They were a loaded Missouri team. That one eats my crawl. But
Anthony Peeler and a bunch of guys out there. Yeah. So, but as you were making your journey as an assistant and then coaching at Arkansas, Little Rock, and Illinois State as the head of the program, a name that leaps out to me was when you were an assistant after Illinois State for Rick Majerus. And I'm wondering, what did he instill in you, Porter, that perhaps you're pulling on right about now in this run?
Rich, he was a huge influence on my life and my coaching life. But, I went to Arkansas Little Rock, and I took over a program that won 4 games. And we had the rebuild going, won 18 or more every time I was there. And then I took the Illinois State job. And we had really turned the corner. But I went to Illinois State, my state school, and they were at the time in last place. So I was in another rebuild. And I signed a 7-year deal because it was a last place team at the time. And after 4 years, I thought we were primed to really make a jump. And the business part of it, we had a new AD. They bought out 3 years of my contract. And then I went with Coach Majerus. And that was the best experience because it solidified. Sometimes when you go through adversity, and if you do get another chance, you feel anxiety like maybe I got to skip steps because I got to have it happen faster because of the business and the expectations. And going with Coach Majerus, we just from the very beginning, he's like, let's do it with great kids that won. Let's teach them, develop them. The attention to detail of teaching and sitting in a boardroom and watching his mind work on game planning on how we're going to stop teams was, it was just a different experience. And when I got the job at Loyola, it was another grassroots rebuild. And he just kept on calling me that first year. He's like, do it the right way. Do it with winning kids. And it just solidified, there's a right way to do it. Don't skip steps. Don't fall into the trap of everybody wants it now. Build a program, not a team. And that's what we've done at Loyola.
And you got a great Majerus story for me? One that
oh my God, I got a whole journal of them.
Give me your favorite. Give me your favorite.
Oh man,
It involves dinner, food.
What do we got? Say on the radio.
I know.
But eating with him was such a pleasure. It really was. It was the hardest part of the job. Everyone said you're going to go work for Coach Majerus. He's going to grind you to the bone. My coach isn't going to grind me to the bone. I'm used to working. The hard part is he wanted to go to dinner every night, and it wasn't just dinner. It was an event. Dinner was a 3-hour event, and I loved those things. He'd eat at Greasy Spoons. I remember going on a recruiting trip with him 3 hours away. We had 2 different stops at Culver's, for like an hour each stop. I'm like, Coach, maybe stop once. But he loved to talk and converse and talk ball. That book, My Life on a Napkin, is the most apropos book title. We've written X and O's on everything from napkins at Culver's to the fine linens on the Hill, an Italian restaurant in St. Louis.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.